Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Turnovers will be a focus in today's game. The Seahawks are #1 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against a Niners team that knows they have to take care of the ball. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. They'll come out in the pistol. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
The first carry for C.J. Prosise. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And a cut to the left sideline. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 26 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first down, Prosise. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When DeForest Buckner was at Oregon, for much of his career, the opposite defensive end from him was Eric Armstead. And everyone wondered about these 6'7" guys. Could they get the leverage? Could they get low enough to make plays in the run game? I think the question just got answered with that one. DeForest Buckner knows how to bend and shed blockers and get upfield.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro, Navarro Bowman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hyde. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Michael Bennett's one of the best pass-rushing defensive linemen in the game. Normally plays defensive end, but when they go to those nickel packages and he works inside, look out, offensive guards. You got a problem.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, out comes Bradley Pinion to punt this one away. taken at about the 16. Good block. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The 3rd Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he hits Jermaine Kearse. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And Graham's got it. Complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
A 2nd down carry for Procise. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Eric Armstead. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Eric Reed is a safety that you can use all over on defense, both in the box as a tackler and back deep as a cover man.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 2nd down, Wilson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. But on that play, there was 0 space. No gain.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Cliff Averill in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. 2nd down sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot down. Some of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, trying to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And it's fielded at the 34. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
First down, this is Rawls. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come up in an offset eye. Pitch goes to Rawls. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. They set up the screen to Rawls. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. They come out here in the eye. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's 1st and goal. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Cole Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use his speed to get there in the run game.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And now a first down following that long gain. They come out here in the eye. Now Hyde running right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down following the run. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Back to throw here. And Davis has it over the middle. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. The drive starts with C.J. Posice. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On second down, Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On first down, Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeForest Buckner in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was good. Under pressure, they got him again.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there.
In the slot on the right is Graham. Now Wilson on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. From the gun on third down, Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They go play action here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Second and 10 now, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left, and now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. So the long field goal attempt winds up awry, and we have reached the intermission. As we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Gun.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Big boys down there in the trenches and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They're going to look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Kevin Pierre-Louis, a loss of 7.
Partner, I know the ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. No. Check. Patriot.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
So 2nd and 10 here. They come up in an offset eye. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Deep drop. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to try and go deep again. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
They'll drop to throw. And this is Michael Floyd, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They'll give to Hyde. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Clef Averill in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. Gun. They'll look to throw. And Davis has it over the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game, Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On 2nd down, Wilson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said,
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. So after nearly turning it over, new life here for the offense on 2nd down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Going to Rawls on the dump off. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Third and short, it's Procise. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
They'll run with Procise. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Halfback sent in motion. Now they'll hold. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas rolls with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now a run with Hyde. Carlos Hyde, see you later. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. Carlos Hyde, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Mostert, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Seattle. 59 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up first and goal.
All the elements of what you want out of a really nice run, took care of the football, and even more importantly, taking the clock under 4 minutes now. At this stage of the game, how do you bleed out the clock, take care of the ball, and make sure the other team doesn't have a chance to come back on you? You're looking at your sheet, how many timeouts are left, how many runs do we need to close it out? That's what the coach is looking at right now. Situational football, trying to gain a victory.
Shift together here from the D-line. 6 yards still to go here on second and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
On third and goal, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Michael Floyd, and it's third down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Another pistol look here. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a 3rd and 8. Wilson going to hand it to Procise. And he'll be brought down inside the 20. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They get 31 yards that time, and it'll be first down 49ers.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible. It looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. 3rd down here.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, that was pretty nice to watch if you like a defense's perspective because they understood where the first down line was as much as the offensive guys did. Did not give up any more ground, and when the ball was thrown, reacted really well and swatted it away. One of the advantages of zone defense, you never take your eyes off the quarterback, and when he reacts, you do exactly the same and go get the ball.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. Wilson turns and gives to Procise. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And Davis has it over the middle. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Seahawks, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.